So, I thought it'd be interesting to do like some of the games that I had back then as a kid. Lining up the camera there, and I made a list not that long ago of I won't need the borders for this particular thing, although you do need the side graphics. So yeah, I think we can go in one more. Yeah, that'll be fine. Right, now the first compilation I had was called the Big Value Pack by Beau Jolly. It was sort of like A4 width and the same height as the width of a sheet of A4. The box, the purple box with some like cartoon fantasy images on the front. I think a dragon was on one of them, or it may have been a dinosaur for BC Bill, I'm guessing. Anyway, it had 6 games on it, and you probably can't read this because of my shit video quality. But the thing is, that big box with like artwork on it, it felt like when you bought it, I think I bought it in Derek's record shop in Edmonton Green. I think that's the one. That was sort of where Tesco was, but on the opposite side. Felt like you were carrying home a toy, or sort of like a children's book with nice artwork on the front. That was unusual back then. And I believe I got it for £7 or £8. I can't remember if it was £7 I'm remembering, or it was £7.99. I think I've got that written in one of my comments somewhere. But yeah, you got 6 games on there: Pedro, Jumping Jack, Invaders, also by Livewire, called Invaders 64, Cosmic Cruiser, BC Bill, and Arcadia 64. So I'm going to start with Arcadia 64 by the original Imagine software company, not the one that Ocean bought out and used their name on some of their published games. Now that Imagine was very well known for the ZX Spectrum. They did some early games which impressed the ZX Spectrum owners. Now the ZX Spectrum has no custom graphics hardware of any kind, doesn't even have a sound chip. I think my Astro Wars by Grandstand had better sound than the ZX Spectrum. That was a tabletop battery operated like VFD, vacuum fluorescent display. Yeah, things like Galaxy Invader, that kind of thing. You know that what I'm talking about. I don't like those Imagine games on the C64, and this is a prime example of why. The title screen looks shit. Probably the other joystick port. I want to start the game, mate. See, already it's a terrible interface. It would be joystick port 1 in it. This is the QuickShot 2 Plus, which is like the QuickShot Turbo in design, but all the mechanism has been replaced with micro switches, so it's not as shit as the actual joystick I used to use. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's slowdown when you fire off your bullets. Those must be background graphics, the aliens attacking you, because they flicker, and they won't be doing sprite multiplexing when the rest of the game is so shit. I don't know why they flicker like that, I really don't. No idea, mate. It's a terrible game. Although it is using sprites, they're not smooth. It's kind of like a compiled basic program, except for the fact that these rockets flicker away. We all get one wave in. So it's sort of like Space Invaders on a diagonal line. And it's the same shit on the next level. Or do you just have, I think you just have to survive that number of seconds. Right, so it's, you have to survive, like, the timer doesn't go at the same speed. It's not constantly ticking down, they get faster and slower, you'll notice. So there's no point actually completing an entire wave, you just want to minimise them. There's a timer reset. Nah. And that's Arcadia 64. And yeah, they may have wrote some great games for the Pregnant Calculator 16K Spectrum from Sinclair, but on the C64, so today we're going to be playing Pedro, a game that I had on my C64, but only as a compilation. The Big Value Pack, big square A4, A5, somewhere in between purple box. Now I have read the instructions for about 30 seconds, which is what I would have done as a kid. I know I played this yonks ago on emulator and uploaded a video, but I didn't know how to actually play it then, because I didn't have the instructions. Did he eat something? Right, okay. Alright, well, all you got to do is block up the entrances. There you go. And then you can replant the seeds. So you're Pedro the gardener. So I don't know how long those bricks can hold the ants, because you can actually use compost as well. Yeah, there we go. So now what you do, you've got to replant the seeds. I think only the tramp comes to steal the seeds. I believe he sells them to get money. I don't think, yeah, see, that's, so there you go. That's, so what you've got to do here is get some seed in it. There you go. And new plant magically awaits. It's very, you can jump on the ants, but it's very difficult actually. Bloody hell, all of them. So maybe you should just block them all up before starting to plant. So that means, you know, bloody hell, see what I mean? So it's easier to remember the order you did them in. I mean, you can't move diagonally on this game, which is a bit annoying. But this is actually one of the better releases by Imagine. So look, we're in a bit of a pickle here. There we go. So really you should do this from the start as quick as possible. I think it's a time limit actually, I'm not 100% sure. So now we have to see if we can make it back here. There we go. Now we have to start planting some seeds. Plant your seed. If you do it wrong, you lose a seed. So you have to plant it. It's sort of in the right place. So yeah, it's not where you think it is. It's a bit higher actually. You can plant loads actually. You're limited on how many seeds you've got though. What the hell happened there? I wasn't paying attention obviously. Oh, crap. This is a tricky game actually. Yeah, even with a zip stick, which is an arcade quality joystick. You kind of spend all your time blocking off the ants. Oh, crap. So it changes colour depending on, look, see if you're not in the right place to plant, I think that is annoying. It's already difficult enough. Let's see if we can... I'm sure one of them touched me in the... See, I don't know where you're supposed to actually go to actually get them. You could actually cheat like this. Because they're going to have to come down here, but if you fuck it up, I reckon it's bad. See? I don't know how you kill the ants, that's the biggest problem. That's what we really need to concentrate on. Because if you can't jump on the ants, you can't really... See? There's something weird going on here. And that is what you do. So if I was going to plant one there, that doesn't seem right somehow. Well, that's a bit weird. So you crush them with your head. Oh, how stupid. Wait. Is it? No, you have to be jumping when they do that. Why can't I do it anymore? It's really weird. So that's the problem with this game. And you won't get to the next level unless you've killed enough ants. So... fucking hell. Have to be exactly the right time, obviously. So yeah, I mean, now that I know what to do, and I can't blame the shitty cursor keys, the problem is stamping on everything so there's no weapons or anything. So if I remade this game, I'd replace jumping on them with like firing from a water pistol or something. Maybe with some sort of, you know, chemical. Look, I'm jumping on the fuckers and they're immune. So you can jump on everything as far as I know. See, we haven't killed a single one. And you can't exit the level until you kill enough. So this is really annoying because they've tried to make it more realistic, but then whatever collision detection algorithm they've done, it doesn't work. It shouldn't be this difficult to jump on it. Not unless it's the first time you've ever used a joystick or played on a computer or something like that. So, see, look, I can't fucking get them. It's ridiculous. Even if I had rapid fire, it won't fucking work. So that's the problem with this game. So until you work out exactly how you're supposed to jump on things, no, that's not working. So it works for him. Well, if I was playing this on an emulator, I'd have to check the settings for the, you know, sprite to sprite collisions and all that. So definitely something wrong with this this game. Look, I'm not getting a single one. I'm at the mercy of these rats. Ridiculous. So I think you've seen enough, really. Just a matter of time now, isn't it? Last ditch effort to get at least one of these bastards. You've got to get one by fucking sheer luck. See, it works with a tram, but nothing else. You can see I'm fucking touching him. Sometimes even, you know, the placement of his boots are exactly where they are when he lands. Look at that. That's just shit. So, that's what's wrong with that game. It's funny how you don't easily remember all the games you owned and maybe thought you didn't own some of them because you'd forgotten they were on a compilation. This is one of those games. It's called Invaders 64 by Livewire. I actually got this game on the same Beau Jolly Big Value pack, the original release of that, with Jumping Jack 64, also by Livewire software. And for all of my life I know that I owned and enjoyed playing Jumping Jack 3D on the C64. It's brilliant. Saxon graphics with Frogger game story and you know, gameplay. Funny that. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. UFO looks a bit dippy. No idea why they went for the expanded 200% size width and height business for a UFO. Perhaps they were trying to replicate the scale, because clearly if the UFO was the same size, But you know, looking at that, even if it is circular, you're probably only going to get 6 of these invaders in each one anyway, so that's bollocks. And of course, things that are further away also look smaller anyway, so there's no reason why the UFO had to be that big. Damn it. Can't remember how fast the shots actually zoom up the screen on the original Space Invaders arcade. So, now one thing I do know is I loved Space Invaders on the Atari 2600. But the reason I loved that is a lot of that is down to all the different game variations that you have. Even 2 players at the same time. Plus obviously 1981. Was it 1980? I think it was 80. When that come out, there was a lot less options for playing video games in the home at any price, even if you're a millionaire or 100,000 there in the late 70s, I suppose. It's like a millionaire today. Probably even less than that. Maybe that's multi-millionaire. Having £100,000 in 1980 when you could have bought VCS Space Invaders. See, if we get rid of them, we don't have to worry about the ones on the end anyway. Damn it, I wasn't keeping an eye on their missiles coming down. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. If you loved Space Invaders and still loved Space Invaders in 83, 84, whenever this compilation came out, you quit in, mate, because it's on a compilation for a start. I don't know, I think this was 1983 as a full price release, so £7 back in 83, which is probably a day's reasonable wages, not like you know, minimum wage equivalent now. Actually, people today are much better off. The minimum wage is well above what most people were paid doing shit jobs back in the late 70s, early 80s, probably mid 80s as well. You know, working in a dressmaking factory, shit like that. There's a lot of shit jobs like that, and they paid fuck all. I did a quick stint at one of those when I was, I think it was when I was 18. You know, for like a couple of months in the summer to earn a bit of extra money. Maybe I wanted some XR3i wheels for my 1.1 litre Ford Escort, which did actually look like an XR3 the way it was done up, except for the wheels, sadly. So, and the interior was still 1.1L, the most basic of the Mark III Escort. But the Mark III Escort was fantastic looking design anyway, so I wasn't that bothered. A lot better looking than the Fiesta at the time. Whether that was the Mark II, I can't remember actually. My one, yes, but they came out in 1980s. But the XR3i did come out in late 1982, I think. So I think the Mark II Fiesta was out by then. The Mark I Fiesta looks a bit like a Polo. Mark II is a bit more rounded, and the Sierra is full on jelly mould, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, it hasn't got the psychedelic colour cycling, of the VCS version on the attract screen, which I loved. I loved that on the Atari. That was a brilliant thing, that was. The way you'd get them like psychedelic pastel colour combinations of the game engine being played out. Later Atari games and a lot of third-party games skipped that, and no, I think that was a mistake. Maybe they skipped it for legal reasons, I don't know. Couldn't really tell you. Oh, we might lose a bit of the shields now. Yeah, see. So it is getting more difficult, very slowly. And we've got one to get. And we've got the UFO, so missing that is not so much of an issue. God damn it. Wow! So I have found a fault. The collision detection is not sprite to background. They're obviously doing their own rubbish software collision detection. So I'm not going to show. Actually, I will show you. Look where it hits you. Before it even touches you, you blow up. See, it's like character based. Although this isn't bad. So for the mad CDM business, this one is really good. So I found a positive ether end. And yet I had no memory of this at all. Unbelievable, eh? Battery light is flashing, so yeah, we'll do this one, because I don't think this one will be playing for hours, mate. Unlike possibly Jumping Jack 64 or 3D by Livewire. This is Cosmic Cruiser on the Beau Jolly Big Value Pack. Try saying that when you got a bit of a cold. And you slurp your lukewarm coffee, which is Nescafe. And there's nothing wrong with Nescafe. Reminds me of having coffee in the 80s, actually. Nothing wrong with it at all. Now this is the only version I could find to work with my SD to IEC. Could probably have the volume up a bit. So it's the same game. Kind of like a rubbish jetpack thing. I don't know what you're supposed to... Oh, you're supposed to gain it. So once you're in here now... Alright, so it's a bit like the mothership of Phoenix. But you've got to shoot the actual windows out. Explosive decompression? Yes, sir. That was a hit. Come on, mate. Collision detection could be better for that. Come on, it's going right over it. You've got to get it just at the next bit. Oh, are they getting repaired? They are getting bloody repaired. Come on. Collision detection is wank. Oh, Jesus Christ, piss off. Yeah. Might as well. What happened there then? Do I have to get... Is it out of energy? What's going on here? I don't think you can shoot them like that. All the gravity's a bit, well, inertia. Anti-gravity, really. Maybe collision detection is better this way. No, collision detection is wank. Why am I up there? The hell? maybe if you push up, you leave the... why isn't there another thing there? And why is Manic Miner Jet Set Willy in there? So that's probably the best one to use, and it's still fucking annoying. You get more shots in this way, so keep your finger on the button. So you're out of time, and Jet Set Willy is cloning himself. So you've got 99 seconds to shoot all of these things which repair themselves. You will eventually hit all of them. There must be a point at which you'll always hit them. The collision detection wasn't so fucking shit. I might actually play this until I get to another screen. See what I mean? It's neither just behind, just before, or in the middle. Fuck you. And it moves up and down like a fucking pair of horse drawers. That one would have been nice. That might have actually been the one. Just need to fucking get all of them in it. Come on. I'm getting all of them in it. Ah, crap. I keep moving up and down, and you've got to remember it's just left and right for the gun control. So you can't shoot any of the satellites because they're out of range. That should have been the one. Come on, man. Taurus, more like Uranus, mate. The programming quality of the collision detection. Jesus Christ, come on. You have to wait for the purple shits. Which is never good. Purple shits are never good. No, never mind him, man. They're coming towards me now, they know it. Oh look, hang on, there's only one in it. We fucked up in it. There you go. That's all I've got to say about that one. I'm gonna say Jumping Jack was probably the best game on this compilation. Probably the one I played the most. Now it's basically Frogger, but done in the graphic style of Zaxxon, so it's an isometric Frogger, which is something Sega never did. They should have, but obviously they never did. And it plays really well. I've got like at least 4 or 5 videos of it on my channel. So and the original programmer actually commented a couple of times or a few times on one of them videos, which is always great. Yeah, it doesn't really you're not really prepared for how good and different it actually is. You could argue it's better than playing Frogger in the arcade. It doesn't really play any different, but then again, if you're using a zip stick, it's not really any different. And I don't think the graphics are worse than the arcade, they're just different. And as you'll see, the collision detection is done very well on this game. Jolly music, which is not infringing anyone's copyright, hopefully. So you can safely jump through like the traffic, no problem there. What are you doing, buddy? Shh. Hey. That's not good, man. Running out of time. There you go. So even with your cat thinking the joystick wires are actually the tail of a mouse, and having to deal with that situation, it's Frogger. It's Frogger, and it's got isometric graphics, which back then were all the rage, which is why Zaxxon has isometric graphics. Now, I'm not going to make that one always. So. Ooh. Well, that's a bit risky because you're not going to actually see the cars coming there. I mean, this is quite an early game. I think it's 84, I'm not 100% sure. I seem to remember it being 84 on the title page just back then. The time limit is generous enough. We might as well try and get the lady frog. I'm a lady. Oh shit. That's from whatchamacallit? Little Britain, that is. The women with the moustaches. We're going to make that one. So very close to running out of time there. But you know, on the first level, it's very playable. Even if you've never played like Frogger before, I'm having to concentrate a bit. It is like playing an arcade game. To play this, you need to, you know, basically concentrate as much as if you're playing the arcade machine. So, and that's the thing. That's really what you were trying to do back then. Find either an official or unofficial conversion of an arcade game you liked that you could buy for your home computer. So you could save money on the arcades and play games that weren't on your computer. That's really what you're trying to do. Oh crap. And that's why Space Pilot was perfectly acceptable. People moan about slowdown now. We just noticed the slowdown back then, but we didn't complain. Whether I noticed that Anirog Scramble didn't do smooth scrolling, I'm not gonna place any bets on that one. However, see, it's already quite slow on some bits and quite fast on the others, but you do get like, are they hippos or crocodiles? Yeah, they're hippos. They're brown hippos. There's loads of ways you could do this game today and up the colours and the resolution on some of the aspects. But as this is, at the time, this was a fantastic Frogger clone for the C64. And because it's got isometric graphics, I'm going to say it's actually, you know, probably the best that you can get on any system. So you always have to be conscious of time. But you know, the collision detection for like jumping through the traffic, you can't really complain about that. That's been done well, so actually it's getting quite difficult now. Damn you. Oh, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. It's a very jolly game, so that was risky, that was. Crap. I didn't know if I could move across one more, but that is it really. I mean, you bought this game. Oh, listen to this sound, it's really good. You have to do it this way. Well. there you go. I don't know if you ever see a smaller version of that sprite there. You know, the guy with the green top hat in the little car there. It has an attract mode like the arcade, so you know you get to see the game actually being played. And it is obviously not random movement. Well, actually, I don't know. We'll see. It is very random. But yeah, that's a great game on the C64. So we're back with my snoring cat, Boot. It's not his fault, bless him. He had cat flu when he was like 10, 11 weeks old, and it left him with that. Believe in God, my arse. Shove it up your arse, mate. Any kind of deity. There is only the laws of physics, mate, from the Big Bang onwards. Now, what exists before the Big Bang event, and it has to exist before because the Big Bang is the event, so there must have been a cause that preceded that. It wouldn't work any other way, even before the invention of time. Cause and effect is the number one rule of the laws of physics, really. And back with the Beau Jolly Big Value Pack with 6 games, one of the earliest compilations that I also got as well as was released. Chronologically speaking, cause and effect, I couldn't have owned it if they didn't release it. So this is an ocean game, and I sort of remember how to play it. I don't know how you get rid of things. I know you have to put stuff in the cave. Says I've got one wives. We'll forgive them that one. Oh, actually, I think you have to take the food. The summer music is great. Well, before, by accident, we smacked. There we go. I don't know. Those controls are very sensitive. So you have to press fire. There we go. So you take the cooked food. Ooh. What happened there then? Stop hibernating, you cocksucker. I remember liking this game. There's a cartoon character that looks a bit like this. Or at least a cartoon image. I'm not thinking of Captain Caveman, no. So you have to feed your wife. So you smash the food, tenderize the steaks there, and the other creatures will eat the food as well, so you're competing for the food. So you've taken the food in there. I think you can get another wife. Well, I've got a kid. So you have to feed them. So you have to bang the birds, get them pregnant and feed them. Quite realistic then really for you know, a man of that era. I don't know how I bloody hit them. Why can't I get any food? Well, maybe you got to hit the food multiple times. Maybe it's a cheap cutter steak. Can you touch them? The food objects, I mean. Food. Maybe last time it died because I didn't get the food to the cave quick enough. Give me a break, I'm still remembering, innit? So this is one of the better games on the compilation. Fantastic compilation. So it's a bit risky to attack them. Oh no, I've got 3 kids in it. It's bad for the environment. You're damn right, wear a condom, you cocksuckers. If everyone only sired 2 children, then the population would have stopped fucking going up a long time ago, mate. And those are scientific facts, and you can't argue with those unless you're a prick. So, yeah, 2 kids are enough. One of them don't make it to 16, you're still young enough to have another one. Don't know why I'm going on about that. One French fry, that's not going to fill up anyway, unless it's a giant parsnip. Giant roast parsnip. As big as your bloody forearms, eh? Should we go for a 3rd wife? Nah, she looks identical. They might have fights because they look the same. This is basically the game. I don't know if your kids actually leave or if they're like millennials and they stay at home forever sponging off mummy and daddy. 5 kids. That's just rude. They should have put a blonde bird in there. Just for variety. I mean, if you're going to have multiple wives, they should be completely different looking. I think that's a big oversight on this game. I'm sure it'd be the same for women. Maybe they could have a Brad Pitt and a Vin Diesel. You know, you see where I'm coming from there? The hair, the build, the face, the egg face of Vin Diesel. No one's going to tell him that to his face. Except me. The music's quite funky. Your caveman's quite comical. The dinosaurs look kind of stupid because they're out of, I mean, these are tiny dinosaurs. Cavemen were notoriously short. Not the Neanderthals, I'm talking like, early cavemen. Would they have had fire? Who knows, sir? Although that fire's suspiciously there, you never see him light the fire. Do you get extra life for fathering one to adulthood? I don't know. Is that a philosophical question? Yes. So, right. Turns out I'm a pretty good caveman daddy then. We've got 6 kids and one of them even made it to adulthood. I think 2 wives are enough. Bit like Commodore 128Ds, 2 is enough. Even if one dies on you, you still got another one to keep you company. So these are quite advanced cavemen. They've worked out by cooking the food, you increase the amount of energy you extract from it. Wouldn't it be funny if cooked food naturally to the human brain tasted worse than raw food? I mean, evolutionarily speaking, we'd be fucked. These are very, very hot things. Oh bloody hell, just get out of my bloody way. Dinosaurs all up. More kids, I should wear a condom. Actually, kid leaving playing this shit techno music. It's completely different to the way things are for the parents growing up. So I think that was actually 2 kids, because I think it said 8. You know what, I'm surprised that I can actually just go back, play this game with no instructions, and I'm still playing it after so many minutes. What's that, 10? Can't see the damned LCD in it. So you're going to say, well, it's quite a repetitive game there, Mad Commodore, and yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you. Just stand by the fire, I think. Get warm in the winter, innit? But most games of this sort of vintage on any 8-bit system are quite repetitive. And you have to bear in mind these games cost me about £1.50 each in the compilation. Arcadia's the only one that isn't worth that sort of money, so we're not doing too badly for a compilation. This is at a time where people didn't really know what the C64, if pushed towards its maximum, would be like. And this game doesn't even have any scrolling. It's almost like an early 80s arcade game, which rarely had scrolling in it. Why am I running from the food? Bagel, thank you. Yeah, I've only got 2, so I've been so busy bringing the other kids up properly that I've not been having sex with either of my 2 wives. Oh man, why am I going there? So yeah, I mean, it's just a nice little game. Oh, that was a bit risky. But you have to keep them fed, innit? What happened to one of my wives? One of my wives is dead. I don't need millions of kids, that's why I didn't go for like 3, 4, 5 wives. Yeah, you'd have less money for your classic 80s BMWs then, wouldn't you, if you have too many kids? That's not living. It's funny how I've, you know, somehow got the controls under control. So you do kind of learn without the instructions. Now Pedro, another simple game, I'm going to have to check out the instructions for that, because on my gameplay I recorded on, you know, Vice emulator, a decade ago probably. I didn't have the instructions then either, and don't know what you're supposed to do. But I wouldn't have played these games without instructions. I only had like 2 tapes with a few copied games on them out of like over 120 original games, so games were a lot of pocket money back then, that's the thing. So unfortunately for everyone, not only am I still making videos, but I haven't lost me last life yet. Seems quite easy. Spring baby, age of Aquarius. So there's only 2 seasons, summer and winter. Maybe cavemen didn't even notice that sometimes there was snow all the time and sometimes it was warmer and much more sunny. When it's just about to snow at medium level, and the cloud cover gives you the most perfect diffuse sunlight you could possibly get. It just does. More so than rain clouds could give you. So there's a bit of an age gap with my kids. Maybe that's a millennial thing as well, I don't know there. I was concentrating on my career. Which actually I suppose is a valid thing, but also says as a woman you're not, you know, maternal in the first instance. Where's the kid then? It says kid 0. What was I doing? Why was I even attacking him? So he should be in peace with the animals. I'm sure that made me laugh as a kid. The little end sequence, that's pretty good. I would have liked that as well. So basically it's how many years you can survive. Now if you're a douche, then how many wives as well. The old joystick input. No, bloody hell. Rub it. See, having to go all the way there, that ruined the genius of the mad CBM layout. A, D, C, B, they're all very close to each other. And there you go, that was BC Bill.